breaking down the political landscape. This is KQ, truth for you. Political honesty rooted in God. This is KQ, truth for you.
Good evening. Welcome to KQ. I'm Ken.
I'm Kevlon.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. This is KQ, the truth for you.
Good evening. Welcome to KQ. This is Ken.
I'm Kevlon. Hello, everybody. Welcome again to another dashing episode of the KQ show. Today is a day.
Oh, yeah. It's a pretty tripped out day. First of all, almost slipped under the radar for me. Ron the Sanctimonious.
Oh!
He done dropped out, baby.
Bye.
Dropped out. He came in second. He done dropped out. And in the third place, Nikki Haley, that's the only one left. She's still hanging on in there by a thread, baby.
She got an old thick thread, and Trump trying to cut it with a birther knife.
The video showing Trump attempt.
Yeah.
But so today, by the way, we just want y'all to know the only purpose for this show is to bring forth some degree of enlightenment to hopefully reorient us on a plane of good versus bad and totally absurd versus acceptable. We don't want to pick totally absurd when we have something that's acceptable in its place. So we're going to try to make the case one more time that the Republican Party is off the rails. Do not go that way.
They're gone, baby. Completely gone. Bananas and bonkers. We got
they used to believe that too, Ken. They used to believe that themselves.
Right.
like for instance, when that mob was on their heels and Josh Hawley was doing the run with the booty kick.
Yeah, but he was wide open with that thing, boy.
First he gave him the fist bump. Next thing you know,
gave him fist bump early in the morning. Power to the people.
Power to the maggots.
Then all of a sudden, when the fire alarm started going off, and they was hollering, "Hang Mike Pence!" Everyone was wide open, boy. In the wind. What you said, the booty kick?
Yes, sir, the booty kick. Usain Bolt saw that video. He was like, "Dang!"
Yeah. But
so just want to give y'all a quick reminder. Even the Republicans knew how absurd it was for them to even ponder supporting Donald Trump at the time of the riot, the old terrorist riot. I'll remind you all the definition of terrorism is when you use violence to bring forth a political outcome. That is the definition of terrorism. That's what happened on January 6th. Have no illusions. Our FBI director, Chris Wray, Donald Trump appointee, said it himself in a Senate hearing that was an act of terrorism. Terrorist acts were brought forth by individuals. And the individual that organized the rally and told him to go to the Capitol was Donald J. Trump. Everybody knows that. And here is Senator Mitch McConnell's take on that day and Donald Trump's culpability.
Yeah, pretty wild stuff, baby.
There's no question, none, that President Trump is practically and morally responsible for provoking the events of the day. No question about it. The people who stormed this building believed they were acting on the wishes and instructions of their president. And having that belief was a foreseeable consequence of the growing crescendo of false statements, conspiracy theories, and reckless hyperbole, which the defeated president kept shouting into the largest megaphone on planet Earth. The issue is not only the president's intemperate language – on January 6th. It is not just his endorsement of remarks in which an associate urged, quote, trial by combat. It was also the entire manufactured atmosphere of looming catastrophe, the increasingly wild myths about a reverse landslide election that was somehow being stolen, some secret coup by our now president. Now, I defended the president's right to bring any complaints to our legal system. The legal system spoke. The Electoral College spoke. As I stood up and said clearly at that time, the election was settled. It was over. But that just really opened a new chapter of even wilder, and more unfounded claims.
All right, man.
Leader.
I like hearing Mitch McConnell talk, but we don't want this to be a 4-hour show, so we're going to cut him off right there. Bottom line, their number one guy, the biggest and baddest thing they got, was the guy who clearly all of the Republicans knew, Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, all of the rest of them got up there and spoke that Donald Trump was basically responsible for the acts of that day. The fear was still in their hearts at the time where they made those statements. I don't think their hearts had slowed down from beating so fast when those people were beating the heck out of the cops trying to get to them. Over time, they've softened their approach, and now they're all in line. Don't let them fool you. He still provoked a terrorist act on his country.
Absolutely, he did. We saw it with our own two eyes. I heard the speech. When I heard the speech earlier in the day, I was like, ooh, this ain't going to be good. Especially since I already knew that he tweeted a few days before, be there on January 6th. Will be wild. Yeah, I remember that. And then plus I have quite a few MAGA friends, and we have, a little bit of Republican interaction on our Facebook channel, on the YouTube. And they were saying the exact same things, like, hey, we're gonna be there. I'm gonna, or yeah, you just wait and see what's gonna happen. The ones that didn't show up, they were telling me all the while leading up to it that, hey, January 6th, you better keep your eyes peeled. And then I heard that dang on speech, and I said, boy, it's gonna be on and popping out here. And then later on, I'm at work with my tablet out, watching the whole thing, watching them storming the Capitol. Set up gallows in the front yard and stuff.
Climbing the walls like monkeys and everything.
My goodness.
Steve Bannon was on his show talking about how much it was going to be. He was saying, you don't understand what it's going to be. You don't get what's going to happen tomorrow. Roger Stone had statements coming out there. They got him on tape. They were climbing the walls like monkeys and built the gallows and yelling, hang Mike Pence. Donald Trump tweeting in the middle of it, saying Mike Pence didn't do what he was supposed to do. So get him. He didn't say get him, but that was the implication.
Yeah. Walk down there and I'm going to be with you. God damn it.
I'll be right there with you.
Yeah.
All right, next.
All right. Speaking of Benedict Donald, the next mode that we're going to flip over to is another little trial that's right on the verge of being decided. They've already put in the closing statements, and it's a defamation case surrounding Trump raping E. Jean Carroll, man. Yeah, he raped her. And the jury didn't find him liable totally for rape because they didn't have any proof that he had literally penetrated her sexual organ, however it goes. But they did determine that it was sexual assault, which on the back burner after Trump came out of court immediately the same day and continued with his gross defamation of E. Jean Carroll, the judge had to come back out and issue another order to say, okay, yes, Trump did rape that girl. Yes. Let me put it on the big screen for you here.
Yeah, it's basically just a distinction without a difference. New York's penal code dictates that rape is, like Ken said, genital to genital. But as the judge described, any common sense definition of rape means that someone penetrated a woman's orifice with anything. Imagine your sister having had herself penetrated with anything. You would consider that being done by a rapist. You wouldn't call him just a sexual assaulter or somebody who went over the line or what have you. That pretty much we all understand is rape, and the judge codified that with his statements about this incident. So
Right.
yes, the Republican Party, not only have they picked out basically a terrorist, like the guy who organized the event on January 6th, but also somebody who is now having been adjudicated as a rapist. That's who the Republicans have picked. It ain't me, it's them.
It's them, yeah. And guess what the jury picked? They picked Donald Trump as the rapist. It was a jury, like people off of the street from the area. They came in, they listened to all the evidence and determined that, yep, this man's a rapist. And so the judge had to come out and codify that. A federal judge has gone to great lengths to make clear Donald Trump did rape E. Jean Carroll. And he did it with all kinds of I could read it to you, but
I mean, it's not our fault if she couldn't tell if it was a pinky finger or a penis. So hey.
Yeah. They call him Donnie the Don the Cheetolini for a reason.
Mushroom MAGA.
Yeah. What's Stormy Daniels? Yeah, said he looked like the mushrooms off of dang on Mario Brothers.
Shiitake.
Yeah.
Read that, Ken. Read that part that was highlighted there, my friend.
Let's see. District Judge Lewis Kaplan has said multiple times, Donald Trump raped E. Jean Carroll in 1996. Kaplan wrote in May 2023, when he presided over one of the trials against Trump. Yep. He reminded the jurors of the rape this week during the latest proceedings in multi-layered, winding rape and defamation cases brought against Donald Trump by Carroll. Now, and then at the same time, the dude just won't stop doing it. So this case that they're doing now, he already had to give he's already been hit with $5 million for the first case when they determined that he did rape her. Now, he comes out of court that same day and he goes right back into defaming her again. He posts multiple times. While they were in court just last week, he was in court while at the same time posted like 20 times back to back all of these hate posts about E. Jean Carroll, about how he never met her, how this is a hoax, he didn't rape her, none of that. All of that is considered defamation at this point because the man is definitely been adjudicated as a rapist. So you can't say that no more. Well, this jury in this trial is determining exactly how much they're going to have to charge him, that he's going to have to pay E. Jean Carroll to make him stop defaming her. That's the whole point. He's already been proven guilty. All this trial is just to tell me how much. While he's in trial, he's still doing the exact same behavior.
And it just so happens he's dumb enough to go out in the midst of all that defamation and tell everybody how much millions of dollars his brand is worth, how many billions of dollars his brand is worth. So now the jury has to ponder, how much is going to make him stop? Well, we got to go pretty high to make him stop, apparently, because he got billions.
So, yeah, boy. Yeah, he might be looking at some of that Rudy Giuliani, 148 million or more. Ain't no telling, man.
So not only
Giuliani certainly ain't no billionaire, or he ain't no more if he was.
Not only have the Republicans picked somebody evil, but they picked somebody stupid as well.
Yeah. Oh boy, and this next video right here is a doozy. We got a good one coming up. This is when they got Donald Trump's deposition. When they were getting the discovery for this E. Jean Carroll trial, and they were asking him questions about about what he do. All right, I'm just gonna play the video. I'm not even gonna give you no more info.
Yeah, before y'all decide that that the jury that decided he was a rapist was off base, this is how Donald Trump understands the paradigm of what men can do to women.
And you say, and again, this has become very famous in this video, I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet, just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the, you can do anything. That's what you said, correct?
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by the,
Well, that's what it's, if you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
and you consider yourself to be a star.
I think you can say that, yeah.
And now you said
That's good.
before a couple of minutes ago that this was just locker room talk.
It's locker room talk.
And so
No.
does that mean you really mean it?
No, it's locker room talk. I don't know. It's just the way people talk.
That's the way people in his circle talk.
Well, that's the way he talks as a people.
Yeah, something like that. That's MAGA speak. MAGA speak. Yeah, you just grab them where you want to grab them and take them on. I mean, you know, I'm pretty
if you're a
popular.
celebrity, it's at least been 1 billion years since you could do it.
Back in 1982 when I was on the line to get the championship. Yeah,
I mean, all you got to do is ask Weinstein and what's the dude that was hung in prison?
Oh, Epstein.
Epstein. Ask him, he'll tell you.
Yeah. He's a wonderful guy. I mean, you know, love the guy. Great. He likes women.
And
he likes women. No, Cap, this is the part that they're getting wrong about that. Trump said it in his little thing in that interview. He said, yeah, he's like Epstein. He's a wonderful guy, nice guy. He's like, yeah, he apparently he likes women as much as I do, and a lot of them are on the younger side. He didn't say Epstein likes women on the younger side. He said he likes women as well as I do, and a lot of the women are on the younger side.
Yeah.
But the news media, they completely overlook that. They just always say, he said Epstein likes women on the younger side. No, he admitted that him and Epstein like the women on the younger side in that statement. That was my whole point.
Yep.
But anyway, moving forward, we're talking about such a great guy with such great credentials and making America so wonderful. The same time, this dude, wow. Nuclear secrets and tape conversations. A look at the evidence against Trump. Well, we're coming up on my fave. Wow. Let me see if I can scroll in so y'all can see this guy.
Look at all these boxes that he toted up out of the White House illegally.
Yes. And refused to give them back. Refused to give them back.
How long were they trying to get them, Ken? For
a little over a year.
Yeah. And his lawyers signed saying that they had turned it all over. But when they didn't
even turn over half of it. Yeah, this is the stuff that was still left after the turn in. And they were shuffling it around, moving it from the bathroom to the locker room to the stage. And then when the investigators would come by, or people, lawyers or whatever, would come by to look to see, they would take them to an empty room like, yep, there's nothing here, but they'd be to move the boxes all to the stage in the auditorium.
Nuclear secrets.
That part's off limits. We can't do that. Yeah, nuclear secrets, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, we're gonna have to go in depth on that file, the big file that they say just went missing that Mark Meadows had for a minute. Yeah, big file of all kinds of doggone secrets and stuff, and I think it's still missing. Yeah, they don't know what happened, but it was sometime around when Trump had that big exchange at the golf course. He had the golf with the Saudis, golfing outing with the Saudis. That was the one that Tiger Woods refused to show up to, even though they offered him $1 billion. He didn't go. He turned it down because he knew it was some nefarious crap going on, and he didn't want no parts of it.
Yeah, so this hadn't been adjudicated yet. Jack Smith is on the case, and it is clear, though, that Donald Trump has pretty much very little wiggle room. Once the federal government comes a calling for documents, you must turn them over. And if you do not, and especially if you put it in writing, stating that you've turned everything over, well, then you're committing a crime and you're obstructing justice on top of it. That's an additional crime. So he's going to have a hard time digging his way out of this. But we know enough about this case to say that Donald Trump is unfit to be the president. One thing that the president does is they have total impunity to do whatever they want to do with any national secret. If this is the way he's going to handle national secrets, and we can see it in evidence, in all in front of your face, why in the world would you as a party pick this guy to represent your party again? Rape, stealing documents. What was the other one? January 6th, terrorist act. I mean,
yeah.
Okay,
falsifying your tax records and carrying it on. Yeah, all of that good stuff.
What are y'all doing?
They know what they're doing, man. How about racism is a powerful drug, man?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, buddy. I mean, you'd be willing to overlook a whole insurrection just so you can remain racist. That's crazy. So moving forward, we got Donald the Don guy. Oh, this guy wants to have total presidential immunity. Blow this up for you a little bit here. Yeah, Trump demands total presidential immunity, even for acts that cross the line.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why would you total immunity if you haven't done anything wrong?
Yeah. This guy here, this is your boy in orange. Here, I got it blown up over here. Yeah. So Donald Trump says the president of the United States must have full immunity, without which it would be impossible for him or her to properly function. Any mistake, even if well-intended, like, sending a mob to storm the Capitol with nooses and gallows, even if well-intended, would be met with almost certain indictment by the opposing party at term end.
Ken, before you continue, it's almost going to be certain indictment. People have disagreed with what presidents have done since the beginning of the country. How many times have presidents been indicted since it's certain?
Never.
Until
Donald Trump. Even Nixon. You know what Nixon did different than Trump once he got caught up in his little foolishness?
He resigned.
He quit. He resigned. He quit. He stopped. He left it alone. And that was the deal. Look, if you resign, we won't indict you. Boom. He resigned. Ford gave him hit him with the old
pardon.
Yeah, old pardon, so that they could never indict him again. And guess what? Can't ever run for office again, even if he tried, because it's a wrap. It's over. He quit. It's done. Now, Donald Trump got beat fair and square in an election. Never quit. Never stopped. He just keeps going. Wanted to keep the country, and then all the way to the point to where now he's back on the slate again. I don't know how many times. I have not seen too many times where in my lifetime, I don't think I've seen it once in my lifetime, where you lose, you run for president and you lose, and then you come back. No, you run for president and you win. You're one-termer. You get put out, and then now all of a sudden you're running again the next time. One-termers don't get second chances. They never do, because the efforts are typically futile. They know you can't beat the guy because you didn't beat him the last time. I don't know what he thinks is going to be different. What's the definition of insanity, Kev?
When you steal documents and lie and say you returned them all?
Yeah. And you keep voting for the same idiot that has lost literally the popular vote 3 times by a tune of 7, almost 8 million votes the last time.
Oh, yeah.
And then that was before he was indicted 91 times. Now that he's been indicted 91 times, he's coming back. He's making a comeback in the midst of all his trials and tribulations.
Well, that's just the detriment of having things like Fox News, Newsmax, OAN, One America Network, and all them. That is a result of those, because what they do is they provide an echo chamber where facts can be distorted, where truth can be taken not into consideration, and just everybody goes off of how they feel and innuendo and accusations, and you get to dog out the other side to make it seem like the other side is as bad as you are. If Nixon had Fox News, he probably would have never quit. But now we're in the new world. So, and we have social media now. And, you know, people, this new generation gets their stuff gets their news from TikTok. I don't know how that works, but nonetheless.
Yeah. Right. Yep. So, yeah, even events that cross the line must fall under total immunity, or it will be years of trauma trying to determine good from bad. There must be certainty. Example, you can't stop police from doing the job of strong and effective crime prevention because you want to guard against the occasional rogue cop or bad apple. Sometimes you just have to live with it. Great, but slightly imperfect. All presidents must have complete and total presidential immunity, or the authority and decisiveness of a president of the United States will be stripped, gone forever. Finally, this will be an easy decision. God bless the Supreme Court.
I guess he wants Joe Biden to have total and complete immunity so that he can go ahead and commit crimes like he did.
Right. Yeah, he wants Biden to have that ability to send in SEAL Team 6. Send in the SEAL team.
And take out his political opponent.
Yeah, and then if a bunch of Republican senators decide that they want to impeach Biden for taking out his political opponent, well, then he can send in SEAL Team 6 for them too. Guess what? He's got absolute presidential immunity, so he can't be tried for any of this stuff. It would just be like, is Trump planning on going on a murder spree or something? What the heck? Are y'all sure y'all really want this dude in the office? I mean, seriously, are you sure this is what you want?
He said he wanted to kill Millie.
He wanted Millie dead. Yeah, that's for sure. All right. So we did have a bunch more stuff to do, but seeing as how we're already coming up on the 30-minute mark.
I think we made the case, man.
Yeah, I think we're making the case. I'm going to just shoot through these others right here just to show you what we were looking at. Yeah. So after all of that crap this dude done, Donald Trump is still endorsed by half of Republican Congress members. It's still 50% of the Republican Congress members. So that's like about a quarter of the Congress is still supporting Trump.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this, Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just take one of these offenses. Let's just say the rape allegation and adjudication that went on. Now we love some Barack Obama now, but let's just say in between his two terms, if a woman had won a lawsuit whereby he was adjudicated to have raped her, do you believe that the Democratic Party would have stood behind him?
I would not have.
I know.
It would have just been like, I mean, you know, I would have probably hoped the best for him at that point, but I certainly wouldn't have been, you know, in the business of like, you know, buying T-shirts and wearing his hats and stuff. I certainly wouldn't be like, you know, going out of my way. It's like, then it's time to start looking for something else because I'd automatically know he ain't gonna make it.
And I'm gonna say this: they always talk about a left-wing media, CNN, MSNBC, ABC News, NBC News. None of those outlets would have been considering Barack Obama a viable candidate at all. All of them would have been excluding him from discussions and consideration of being the next president of the United States, because that would have been ridiculous. But for Trump, they allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
The people on the Democratic side are not running behind an individual and just saying this person, no matter what he does, we're going to accept it. We're going to push forward with him no matter what he does. Even if he steals documents and lies in writing to the federal government, to the FBI, saying that they turned everything over, we're still going to support him. They're doing it wrong. They need to let him get away with all of this stuff. We wouldn't do that because we have scruples and morals and standards. The idea that we're trying to get across to you guys is the Republican Party no longer has any standards. They're strictly running behind Donald Trump, and they're going to do it regardless of what he does and what he says. Whatever he does and says, that's automatically going to be the acceptable thing, because that's what happens when you are what is it? What's Jim Jones? Jim Jones is a
cult leader.
Cult leader. There you go. Cult 45.
Cult 45. Yes, sir. So we did have another example of an actual governor, the governor of New Hampshire. He was on Meet the Press this morning, where he just goes in and he actually supported Nikki Haley. He gave her his full endorsement, and he went in hard about everything. They broke them down, and they listed all of these major atrocities that Trump has been going through over the last week, and all of his missteps on the stage during his rallies and all that stuff. And he's like, oh, Trump is horrible. That's horrible. Oh, man, yeah, no doubt. I mean, yeah, he can't have full presidential immunity, everything else. She said, okay, so let's say Nikki Haley loses in New Hampshire and she goes on to lose. If Trump wins the endorsement or wins the nomination, are you going to endorse him? Like, oh, yeah, I'd have to, at that point, I'd have to roll back with the Republican Party. Like this dude is horrible. He thinks he's, even this guy said that this guy has the aspiration to become a dictator and wants to be a dictator like Putin and Kim Jong-il and all these other people he keeps talking about. But he would still support him on the back end, even knowing that this guy is just completely immoral and trying to destroy our country.
Oh,
He'd
Lord.
still stand with it just because he has an R behind his name. But it ain't no R behind his name, people. It's an M. For me.
And MAGAT.
See. All right. So tonight we got a special treat. One more treat. I got one more treat. Huh?
Don't forget. Joe Biden. He forgave another 78,000 people's loans just yesterday. Student loan forgiveness, baby.
Yes.
Doing it for the little people.
Yeah, and he put together a pretty snazzy campaign ad. It's on a short, so it looks a little weird, but I'm going to play it for you anyway. How about that?
And a mother of 3 wonderful children. Having this beautiful, messy, chaotic, but wonderful family, it's the joy of my life. I never thought that I would need an abortion for a planned pregnancy, but I did. 2 years ago, I became pregnant with a baby I desperately wanted. At a routine ultrasound, I learned that the fetus would have a fatal condition and that there was absolutely no chance of survival. In Texas, you are forced to carry that pregnancy, and that is because of Donald Trump overturning Roe v. Wade. The choice was completely taken away. I was to continue my pregnancy, putting my life at risk. It's every woman's worst nightmare, and it was absolutely unbearable. We need leaders that will protect our rights and not take them away. And that's Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
I'm an
And there you have it, people. There you have it. Yeah, powerful stuff.
There's a difference, y'all. There's a difference.
Big difference between what they have and what we have.
Yeah.
Very big difference. Yeah.
The economy is booming. We are now back to being respected on the world stage. NATO is strengthened. Unemployment is down to record lows.
Record high stock market. We hit another record. Boom. Usain Bolt, baby. Yeah. All right, my party people. That's the end of this. Huh?
1, 2.
Yeah. Yeah, we still got that on deck. Here it comes. We coming live.
We love y'all.
Man. We love y'all very much.
Vote
y'all
right.
have a very, very wonderful night.
Think right.
Think right and keep democracy on your mind and be ready to fight. Fight your way to the polls, baby.
Yes,
we need ya.
Yes, sir.
It's almost election time. Get registered and do your thing. That's what we want. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We
yes.
love you.
And all I wanna do is just listen to you. Politics 72. Can you dig it? 1, 2. KQ. I do it. Can you dig it? And all I wanna do, 1, 2. Your wish just sends me you. Thank you, politics 72. Can you dig it? KQ. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Can you dig it?
1, 2, KQ, doo-doo-doo-doo. Can you dig it? Yeah, can you dig it?
Peace.